This video cuts between images of me and images of what I'm talking about. As you can see, I've got some green things on my glasses, but we're just gonna have to live with it, okay? Hey, so a lot has happened on Taming of the Shrew since I last updated you. In this video, I'm gonna try my best to go back to the very beginning and bring you up to speed. Let's do this. The first thing that happened was that we moved to the theatre. Yay! All the set and props found their homes, and we found our homes as well in our dressing rooms. I've got a lovely dressing room. It overlooks the river Avon. You can open the curtains and see lots of life. You see lots of dogs having walks and people having picnics. It's just a really lovely thing to look out onto. I think James said that it was like living in a postcard on his Instagram. Not that I'm stalking James on Instagram. What? We basically lived in our costumes for about 2 weeks whilst we were in tech and previews, so I got very comfortable in my outfit very quickly, as you can see. I'll audio describe my outfit in more detail at a future date, but for now it's a rusty dress with the long sleeves. Once we had all moved in, we had the all-important health and safety talk in the auditorium. So that was the first time we got to see the set and we got told what we can do and what we can't. One of my favourite things that we got told in the health and safety talk is that no members of the acting company are allowed to be in the backstage lift 90 minutes before the show. Now, funnily enough, they've made an exception for me because I didn't quite have enough time to learn how to walk for this production. No, fingers crossed for measure, but for now I'm allowed to use the lift. However, Alexander and I are not allowed to use the lift together at all because Alexander is understudy in two roles. He's understudy in Bianco and Biondella, who I normally play, but when Alexander plays Biondella, she will become Biondello. Yes, that's right. Basically, if I'm in the lift and it breaks down, then Alexander, you're up. I've already decided that I'm going to do a separate backstage tour because there's a lot to show you, and I think this video would end up being very long if I showed you it all now. But my favourite thing about the Royal Shakespeare Theatre is a corridor. End of sentence. No, the corridor is special because all along it, autographs, signatures and illustrations of past shows and actors and actresses who have worked in the theatre, in the Swan and the RST actually, because the corridor connects both theatres, I guess. It's kind of the run around if you want to get from stage right to stage left. Stage left to an Australian. That's not a very good Australian accent. Don't worry, it's not on my CV. Or is it? Now going into a montage of the backstage area, including lights, wigs and images of actors acting on stage. Then we went into tech rehearsals. Tech rehearsals are when you go through the play from the very beginning to the very end and you stop every time there's a cue. So that could be a sound cue, a lighting cue, other cues, I can't think of any right now. We have our stage management team kind of leading that, and there are lots of laptops and desks set up around the theatre for different departments to keep an eye on what's happening in their department. As far as the actors are concerned, we just kind of do as we're told and we stop and start quite a lot. So there's a little bit of waiting around for everyone. Fortunately, we found a way to amuse ourselves. Take a look. Emily and Alexander in costume playing slapsies backstage.
You don't know how to play the game.
I do! You try playing it in a corset!
After technical rehearsals, we had a dress rehearsal. I think we only had one. And all of a sudden we were in previews. How did that happen? Oh, lots of people had told me that performing on the RST feels epic, and I'd listen to them obviously because I'm not rude, but I don't know, I thought every theatre feels epic, and I think it does, but there's something about stepping out on the RST stage for the first time and seeing the audience. It's a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. The audience everywhere you look, there's another human, and it feels like you're in a goldfish bowl in a good way, like a happy goldfish. We cut to Amy in costume in her dressing room. We are currently in the interval of our 5th preview, and today when we came into work, Aaron delivered these beautiful flowers to our dressing room. So everyone got one, and my note says light and colour, giving energy and love. We're almost there. and it's been a long week. In previews, we've been coming in during the day, rehearsing bits, adding things in, taking away other things, and then doing the show at night, which means that your brain is constantly whirring, thinking about, okay, I exit that way now, not that way, and I'm picking this up instead of that, and I'm doing this line and that line's cut, and all of that. So coming in to light and colour is very much appreciated. Thank you so much, Aaron. You're wonderful. Finally, we got to our press night performance. Amy's dressing room mirror is surrounded by cards and lots of flowers. Now, press night is like Christmas. It's hilarious. You arrive at work and there are lots of cards and presents at your dressing room door. It can feel like a little bit of pressure, but at the same time it's a really lovely performance because you have lots of friends and family in. I had my parents and my friend Stacey come and watch our press show, and after the show we headed to the after party. You can't really see it because it's not far enough. Camera shot might be there. At the press night party, we all supported Era 50/50. Now, what's Era 50/50, I hear you ask? Well, let me read out a sentence from their website. Era 50/50 is campaigning for 50/50 gender balance on British stage and screen by 2020. Now, we all wore our 50/50 badges, courtesy of Mel, and you can go to their website and you can donate, or you can buy their badges and rings, etc. to support the cause. And particularly relevant to our production of Taming with the Shrew, which is of course gender switched mostly. So if you're interested in getting behind Era 50/50, then I will put a link in the box below for you to go and check out their website. Now, I could sit here and tell you about the after party, but that might be a little bit boring, so you know what, guys, I think we should cue the montage. The venue is decorated with fairy lights. There's a sign that says all the food is nut free, and there's my friend Stacey eating food from the buffet. James Cooney dancing to the camera. Lots of people dancing to the camera now. People dancing on the dance floor, it's very synchronised. Lucy, our movement director, spinning. Justin, our director, showing off his top that says up the matriarchy. More dancing. Anna, our voice coach, blowing a kiss to the camera. And you guessed it, more dancing. Laura is now blowing a kiss to the camera. The camera's very popular. More dancing. And we're ending now with an image of the programme. Thanks for watching. And here's what happened the first time I tried to film this vlog. Hey, I've been a little bit...
Greetings and computations.
What? Wait, how do I stop it?
You were saying?
I'm trying to vlog.
Seems like I cut you off. Could you please repeat that?
Well, get out of it.
I'm not sure I understand.
Cancel. Cancel. Cancel.
There's nothing to cancel.
Exit. Exit.
To force an app to close, double-click the home button.
Anyway,